the revolution. It's already begun, and it has no interest in waiting on you or any of us to catch up. The integration of technology into every facet of your business and your life is standard operating procedure. The landscape is lawless, unpredictable. Your future, our future, is uncertain. But there's one force in the wilderness that doesn't fear the dark. We've been here, leading the way for more than 40 years, becoming more agile, even as our stability expands. We're the market leader, but we remain grounded in our commitment to the success of our partners and the ecosystem we serve. Because your success is what drives us. If you want to survive in the IT world, then the solution is clear. Choose ConnectWise. We'll help run your business with unified PSA, RMM, RPA, and AI applications to drive your operational efficiency and reduce tool burden. But it's not enough to sustain. The obstacles grow, and so should you. With our power and resources at your side, you can face the mountains ahead. Others will throw you a jumble of offerings, calling themselves a platform. But what is a platform without hyper-automation, an open ecosystem, common services, and a data layer shared across applications? ConnectWise Asio, the only true MSP platform, will keep you from being led astray in this dark night. By transforming your business through the IT Nation community, you'll leverage the professional and business best practices to take control of your efficiency, your maturity, and your revenue. Because it's not just survival, it's growth, it's transformation. Nature has shown us there's strength in numbers, so you can trust the more than 100,000 MSPs and IT professionals, just like you, that rely on our strength and agility every single day. Resilience and innovation are core to ConnectWise's success, and it drives our dedication to developing world-class solutions and services for you to be a light in the darkness. Run, grow, and transform with ConnectWise. It's a call in the wild. It's a guide when all seems lost. Some will be consumed by fear and resistance to change. We will eradicate it. Others fly by night. We rule it.
Please welcome David Resapor, Chief Product and Technology Officer, ConnectWise.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here. This is my first IT Nation Secure event, so I'd like to welcome you all to day 2. It's not my first IT Nation event. I actually showed up at the one here in Orlando last November. It was the day I actually got my offer to join ConnectWise, but this is the first time I'm presenting. Thrilled to be here. This is one that's actually very personal for me, as I've been in cyber for about a decade and a half. From the amount of hair I have, I've been in software for about 39 years, but this is something that is very near and dear to me. It's a mission and a passion, so I'm thrilled to be here to share some of the things that we've done and some of the value we're bringing to all of our partners and customers. So I'll start by reviewing really some of the opportunities and why we're here talking about a lot of the innovation, the capabilities, the integrations, things that we do. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about the opportunity for you guys to grow your business. As you saw Manny yesterday, this is an area with tremendous growth. 15% plus growth in managed services opportunity, billions and billions of dollars of market opportunity to go address. So this is not just a great mission and a way to really reach our customers and make them more secure, but it's a wonderful business opportunity for all of us. Let's talk about, we've done lots of surveys, obviously. One of the top set of top challenges that has faced just about everybody in this business. We want to look at how do we improve operational efficiency, how do we get talent in the cyber business? That's always a challenge for all of us. Really, how do we make people more secure? And how do we make your jobs and the jobs of your technicians easier? How do we make them scale more? So what's the technology and how does it really help them do their job so you can focus on growing your business that way? So address some of these challenges. We look at let's group some of those challenges and say, where is it that we can help? We really focus on the things that we do to help improve operational efficiency, as I said, supplement your talent gap within your organization, and really protecting your end customers. We just heard earlier talk about, at the end of the day, it's all about that end user. How do we protect them? How do we make them more secure? How do we make them not be a target of all these cyber attacks? And then, how do we put these things together in a way that helps you go out and capture more business opportunity? So for us, we talked about this Asio platform. So before I actually talk about Asio, the platform, I should probably clarify something that I think we caused ourselves. We kept talking about Asio for a long time as if it was a product. It's not a product. It's a platform. It's an enabler. You don't buy the platform. You buy and deploy the solutions on top of the platform. And why did we spend this time? Why did we give it a name? What's the real value in it? Well, what it does is put together a set of services, a common set of capabilities. And those services are trying to do a few things. First and foremost, they have to make all the applications that integrate with them better. They have to make them easier. They have to take those common set of services, capability, data lakes, and make them available across every application that integrates with them. Why? Well, because at the end of the day, regardless of how many pieces of technology, whether they're best of breed or not, you put together, you still have the same problem of duplicating who your customers are, duplicating who your devices are, having 15 places where you want to get reports out of. And the platforms that we put together eliminate that complexity. So you can focus on getting the value out of the products that are built on top of it. Most commonly asked question that I've gotten from the first 6 months of being here when I talk to partners and customers is, they go, when's Asio shipping? Well, actually, Asio is here, but it's not shipping per se, because it's a platform. It's going to keep evolving. It's going to get stronger every time we have an integration with it. It's going to get stronger every time we add a service to it. And it's going to continue to grow and get better and better and better. But as you'll learn over the next hour, it's at a point where we're ready to say, look, this platform is here, it's powerful, and now we're going to demonstrate the value that it delivers through the integrations that we have with our own products, as well as the partner products that we've integrated into them. It's about working better together. It's about making your jobs easier. It's about allowing you to focus on growing your business while we do the back office stuff of making it easy. So I'm happy to announce today, and by the way, I heard this when I was here in November, we were talking about PSA powered by Asio. It's here. I'm thrilled to announce that we are ready to make PSA powered by Asio generally available. I believe a press release went out today. The product will be available for purchase in the end of July. There's already thousands of partners that are using the product today. We've received lots of feedback, and we continue to make it better and better and better. We're going to have Jeff come on stage and showcase some of the capabilities that the platform has provided PSA to make it a better solution for everyone. That unified experience, that unified UI, is about helping reduce the redundancy of tasks and make the technicians' jobs easier. We also have lots of other things that we are announcing today. Again, this is a big day for us. We have 5 products and SKUs that we're launching today and making available. Big news for us. I don't think we've done this in a while. So in addition to the products that we're launching ourselves, such as PSA powered by Asio, we also have our brand new SIEM product that is being announced today. And we're going to show demos of that here on stage. And you're going to actually have the ability to go sign up to be an early beta partner of that product, kick the tires, and see how good it is. The team's been very busy building a lot of threat hunting capabilities into the platform and really integrating that into Asio. Back to that power of the platform, making cyber easier to use. In addition to the things that we're bringing to market ourselves, Asio is a platform. In order to be a platform, you have to be an open platform. So what we're also going to be demonstrating through some of our announcements is the power of that open platform. The APIs that allow for integration with best-of-breed technologies and products that are in the marketplace. You already heard about some of the things that we're doing with Microsoft, but that's not the only thing. We're also launching 2 new SKUs, products that we're bringing to market together with our partner Proofpoint, that upper right-hand magic quadrant security solution for email security, best of breed, and it's even better when it's integrated into the platform. Because now you take things such as security awareness training and email security and integrate it into our security dashboard. So folks have that one pane of glass that allows you to get to resolution. That's the whole purpose of integrating security products into the platform. It's not just about the detection. It's not just about the remediation. It's resolving the customer issue and allowing them to go on with their day. So as I mentioned, 5 product launches. First and foremost, PSA powered by Asio. We're very proud of that. A lot of work has gone into that. At the same time, we're also launching our ConnectWise Pro packages. This is the putting our peanut butter and jelly together. PSA and RMM are core flagship products being put together in a powerful bundle that not only makes it easy to consume those products, but easy to purchase those products. New licensing that's focused on users, common licensing model, simplified pricing model, and that's what we're bringing to market with that ConnectWise Pro package. The evolution of our SIEM product, as I mentioned, I'm not going to steal John's thunder because I'm really proud of the work that he's done. He's going to come up here and show you all that and show you some of those capabilities. As I mentioned, our Microsoft bundle that we're launching through PAX 8, business premium offering, a wonderful, powerful capability and suite that is Microsoft's together with the ConnectWise suite being launched through PAX 8. And last but not least, the 2 versions of our Proofpoint email security product that is brought together to market with ConnectWise. So with that, I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce a gentleman who's been championing Asio, the platform, for quite some time. He's helped us get our CW RMM product to market and has continued to evolve that product. And now he's also helping us bring PSA powered by Asio to market. So please help me welcome Jeff Bishop to stage.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. I need this group to kind of wake up a little bit. I just heard David out here announce PSA powered by Asio, and I heard like 2 claps. Can I get a congrats? Come on. I got to get you guys a little bit excited. We got to bring John Helms out here to talk about cybersecurity in a few minutes. Okay. Look, yesterday you heard Manny talk a little bit about all the things cybersecurity. Talked about over $10 trillion of what that is meaning to an overall challenges for each of you, right? Cybersecurity is bigger than the economy of Germany. How many of you went on to Indeed and looked around for one of those $300,000 jobs that was coming from the hackers? Anybody? I don't think they're there yet, but all right. So David came over here and showed you this slide. He's talking about those opportunities, talking about those challenges. This group sat down and said, here's the 8 to 9 to 10 things that are challenging each of you. I love some of these things. These are the things that we as a product engineering group focus on, and how do we improve and make sure what we're doing is better. The one about bringing your talent on and onboarding them. I want to make sure our products are as easy to use and consume as possible. We want to make sure that we can bring all the cybersecurity products onto Asio. That's what John's going to talk a little bit about. A couple that I've heard while I was here at the event is things like the customers that you have that are starting to utilize AI. And what does that mean from a service delivery and a security perspective as they're starting to try to self-service themselves and they're starting to gather all this information and asking more informed questions? What does that do for your help desk and your NOC? From a compliance and regulatory changes, both here in the US, in different states, abroad, what does that mean? And the most important one for me and for our teams is talking and focusing on improving the overall operational efficiencies. There's quite a few tools here today that are going to be AI-based, they're RPA solutions. These are things that are going to help you grow your profitability as an MSP. But what does the lay of the land look like today? What are you dealing with? A lot of it looks like this. Your teams are logging in every morning. They're looking at their different desktops, the 15 or 20 different applications that are open, right? They're sitting there bouncing back and forth. They're integrating these tools through APIs. They're mapping data. They're spending more time working on trying to get all the products integrated and working together than they are actually servicing your clients and bringing that amazing experience that you want. They go look at their browser and it looks something like this, 15 different applications and tabs open. They're bouncing around. They're looking at their EDR, their CPQ, their PSA, their reporting. These are all great solutions, but they're having to jump back and forth between them. That is a distraction. As we talk about Asio and where we're going and what we're trying to do to help solve those problems that you just saw, this is what we're working on. So let's look at one of the products. Let's take the RMM, for example. So you hop into this. A lot of these products are very similar in nature, right? You hop in, you look at any product application that you have. It's got a UX. It's where your team interfaces with. All of you sit down and you're like, man, I love the way the PSA looks, right? That's what, no? Okay, I mean, that's what I heard last night. I guess you guys were being really nice to me. All right, but you got the UX, right? And you got 30 different products that you're consuming, and they're all different. So when you're onboarding and training somebody, what do? You got to go train them on 30 different UIs. Let's try to simplify that. All right, then you start to look at the different services. There's two types of services in my world. Common services, these are things like companies, sites, contacts, authorization, authentication, audit logs, right? Every product has those. So why are we building them 20, 30 times? Why are you having to access them and integrate them 20 or 30 different times? And then there's the application specific, like quoting, patching, project management. These are the things that are unique about each of those different products as they go to market. That's what you see on their websites. Then you start to dive into what is AI and automation. All of the products have had automation for decades, right? Different workflows and triggers and actions. But then they also, now, AI, not that it's new, but you're seeing it start to really bubble up in terms of it being adopted in every single product, right? Agentic, that's a nice marketing buzzword. Has anybody heard that one yet? Yeah? All right. AI, machine learning, how we're going to bring it all together. Every product, every company out there is trying to figure out how they can bring these things together, but all of those AI models, all that automation is restrained to that product, all right? Then you start to go to the workhorse, the data layer, the database that sits in the back end that surfaces all that information up for those agents, for the automation, for the services to consume, all that stuff that bubbles up into the UI. Every single product has these same common components as they bring things together. Why is Jeff up here giving you a Software 101 class? It's simply because that is what the platform, the Asio platform is how do we bring all this together across the 30-something disparate products that we have and the dozens, 50, 60, 70 that are out there on the solution pavilion that you're all going to look at today and go see what they do. How do we bring them all together so that you're not having to train your employees on 30, 40, 50 different products? How do we make it so that you're not having to map all that data and that the integrations break and then vendor A points at vendor B, which then points to your team, and it delays and distracts from what you're trying to do, which is to provide the best world-class services for your partners, right? That is what Asio starts to do. That is the business values. So what we did was we start with a foundation. You take something like Amazon or Azure. This is what gives you that scale, that performance, the security that you build that foundation on, like you build a house. You've got to start with something that knows that this world is getting to become not 1,000, 3,000, 5,000 endpoints, which was probably the biggest MSPs I was seeing when I joined this world. Now we're seeing 50,000, 100,000, 500,000, a million. As we've sat down, we built these products 15, 20 years ago, we were not thinking that you guys were going to get to that size. That's why the foundation. Then you start to bring all the data in so that we don't have to do all that correlation and mapping. We can bring it all together in one spot for your querying, your reporting, and your analysis. And then we bring in the AI and the automation and put it on top of that so that those agents can start to work across all the different products, so that CPQ can connect with security, and the PSA and the RMM and the data protection can all work together, and those agents can start to better communicate, and that the automation is not restrained to one product, but can go across all of them. Then you bring in all those services, the common services, as well as the more application specific, and you put that on top of all that. Again, that's so you don't have to have 5 different ticketing solutions. You don't have to have different network probes. You don't have to figure out how to bring all that data back and forth. It's all centralized into one set of services that live on top of that, and that means that your PSA, your RMM, your security tools, your data protection tools are all still working into that same model. And then a common UX, right? The pretty stuff, the things that are very intuitive. So when you're bringing on and training your new employees and say, this is how it works. Every page you go to, when you right-click, this is what happens. When you go to a data grid and you look at a bunch of information, the filters are the same. The way that you can export it is the same. That is what our UX team does on a day-to-day basis, and so does every single body, all the other companies that are here. But that is what Asio is, right? This is what we've been talking about. This was us trying to fix a plane while we're flying it at the same time, is bringing all this together so that we could create that platform, that foundation, so that we as a company can help move faster, so that we can help you innovate and grow and keep pace with the technology that's happening. All right? So, what does Asio look like today? Well, it looks a lot like this. These are a lot of the different product lines that are already there. This is not a complete list. You got things like Sidekick and RPA that are also there, and more services that are coming every day. There's over 100 different services that are already on top of Asio. There's 8,000 of your world that has access to one or more of these products today. 3,500 and millions of endpoints that are inside of the RMM. That's the world today, right? But we want to get all of our applications there, all of the products. Well, there is one product that each and every single one of you has today that your team is spending 5, 6, 7, maybe 12, 13 hours every day living in, and that is the PSA, right? So David announced it a few minutes ago. We're bringing the PSA into Asio, and I cannot be more excited about what the team has done, right? So you're seeing behind me up here some screenshots, the befores and afters. As I said, I appreciate how nice everybody was, telling me how pretty the current PSA is. You talk a lot about the extensibility and the flexibility, but we needed to get a more modern and consistent user experience, and that's what we've done. We've brought over 500 pages, several new services like project management, tax, dispatch portal. We're bringing in 3 or 4 more that we'll bring into the second half of the year. I know wherever Parker is out here, Parker wants to work on the new invoicing. He wants to work on the new service delivery and ticketing. We're going to make sure that him and his teams can do that over the second half of the year so that we can truly innovate what the PSA is and bring it all together on top of this go-forward platform, right? Jeff, what does this mean for me? On a day-to-day basis, my team logs in. This is where we spend our days. This is what we build our company around, is our PSA. Well, what we have done as part of this whole migration of the PSA powered by Asio, you're going to hear terms like classic PSA or your existing PSA. We have made sure that they are still built off the same back end and foundation, okay? Your team can log in on Monday into your current PSA, Tuesday to Asio, Wednesday back to the classic view, you're fine. All the data stays completely consistent. All right, what about my integrations, my reporting? You're good. All the APIs are staying consistent. Your reporting is there. All the data stays, again, in sync. We knew that we couldn't do a lift and shift. We needed to make this as easy as humanly possible for each and every one of you, and that's what we've done. What's not there? Again, it's the same back end. So as we brought this all in, all of the different services, the screens, there's over 500. Where your teams live on a day-to-day basis is in Asio. Well, I don't like this one yet. It's not quite ready. That's fine. As I said, you can log in on Monday here and Tuesday there, and you can pick and choose the time by which you bring your teams in. You want to bring your procurement team in first? Go ahead. Service delivery team? You want to do that in a month or two? That's also fine. When is this all going to be available? I think David was really nice. He gave me till the end of the month of July for all this group. He actually told me it's July 15th, and that's what you're going to see online is that on July 15th, all those pages there, and we're going to start bringing more and more of you in. There's over 1,300 MSPs that are already utilizing the PSA in Asio, and over the course of the months from July 15th on, we're starting to bring everybody in. The support team would kill me if I tried to bring 10,000 plus MSPs in all automatically. So we're going to roll that out, and we're going to utilize this barcode. I want to stop. Please look to your left. Nobody's looking to your left. Look to your left. Look to your right. That person is asleep. Wake them up. All right? I need every one of you, get your phones out, get this barcode. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stay on stage until I see you do it. Come on. Please get your phones out. This barcode, when you click on it, you scan it. I'm not trying to trick you. This is fine. When you go to this, it's going to ask you, what are those different announcements David gave you? Are you interested in? Click the PSA powered by Asio. It's then going to give you a link to a university page. I need you to send that out to your teams, save it. The 1st and 15th of every month, that's where we're going to go and provide you all the updates. We're going to tell you which groups of MSPs we're bringing in, frequently asked questions. We're going to tell you the things that are working, what's not working. This is going to be where we're going to be extremely transparent to everything that we're doing. All right, so I've talked to you about RMM. I've talked to you about PSA. We're bringing all of the products in here. You're going to hear a lot about that at the IT Nation Connect in November. But there is one big one that we're all here to talk about, which is cybersecurity. And that is also making its way into Asio. And to help me to explain exactly what we're going to do, we're going to bring to the stage, straight from Mississippi, John Helms, Director of Product Management. John Helms, come out and join me, please.
Glad you brought your friends. They can watch you go down. Watch you go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people.
How's everybody doing today? First off, big round of applause for my opening act, Jeff and David. But let's hop right into what you guys came to see. Let's look at how we work today. What we're gonna do, you're gonna see here, you're bouncing back and forth between consoles, everything that you're doing, switching tabs, you're trying to figure out what's talking to what. But really, what we really run into today is the average MSP, 6 to 10 consoles. They're bouncing back and forth. They're spending hours per day just trying to get to the next console to figure out what's happening in their environment. If you think about it, that's hundreds of hours a month wasted just trying to find the data. So with that, you're looking here at a couple of consoles, actually current SIEM. We'll get to that later. I think they wanted me to talk about it for a little bit. So after we do that, let's go. I want to hop in. We showed you the security dashboard this time last year. They allowed me back up here again. Not sure why, but here we are. So I'm going to hop in, take a look, and what I see here real quick is that I have 3 things that need attention. So I'm going to drill into that. I'm going to look, and I see, okay, here's my problem child, right here in Asio. You know what? Let's isolate that device real quick. Go ahead, put it in isolation, hop back. Now I want to hop into the ticket and go look into the more details of what's going on in that ticket. You might have seen where Jeff assigned me a ticket. I don't look at my tickets, but there is one. So I got this ticket, I'm looking at it, I go, you know what, we already isolated it. Now, let's just run a quick scan on it, and let's go and kick that scan off. And what you notice here is everything I just did just called my Microsoft Security Console, and I never went to it. But, just in case you don't trust me, kind of like you don't trust Jeff with those QR codes, I actually have proof of what I did. So, there's where I ran the isolation, and there's where I ran the quick scan. And yes, I did it last week. It was not this morning. But I did all of that, living in Asio, living in the security dashboard, and never going to my other console. Now I come back, because I'm a good tech, close the ticket, done. Not really, that's about how hard I work on a ticket. So I want to go into here. So this is what we talked about last year, and I'm going to kind of dig in a little bit of what you see. So here, you got a consolidated view of all of your endpoints. And we're talking deep integrations with many of the leading vendors. Companies like Microsoft, Bitdefender, SentinelOne, Sophos, Acronis, and many others, but all bringing that data into here, into a single pane within Asio. Let's go to email security. What do we have here? So today, we're deeply integrated with Proofpoint, and by the end of the month, we will also have Microsoft email security in here. Yeah, it's June, end of the month. We'll have Microsoft email security in here as well, and that gives you your insight into what's going on in your clients' environments. Now, this is something that I talked about last year, and we brought it to life towards the end of the year last year, but I really wanted to highlight what all's in here. So this is your threat intel. This has threat intelligence coming into the security dashboard. It's coming in from our CRU. It's coming in from professional feeds also. So all of that data is being fed into here and then categorizing all of your threats based off of MITRE techniques. So you're able to look and go and dig deeper into that and see, you can see right there, I have 3 different EDRs deployed, but it's still telling me where my threats are. And then if you go down in that, you see more about the details, and all of these things are actionable right in the dashboard. Before I get to this one, I also forgot. You might have heard the security dashboard's free to all, so come find me at the booth. If you don't have it, we'll get you hooked up. But this was announced a couple of months ago. I just didn't want that to go on deaf ears, but it is free to all partners. And then here we have our security awareness training. There's many vendors in here, but you're getting insights into the curriculums that have been scheduled in the past, current, and future. And then you have great partners like Infima in here and several others, but that data is now inside the Asio platform. So we're able to, eventually we'll start taking email security and we'll start kicking off awareness training and phishing simulations based off of what's happening over there. And because everything is in the Asio platform, I now know that that person is associated to that machine and that company and those 12 consoles. We've now brought all that together into a single place. I think this is what y'all came here to see. Next SIEM, anybody? 1. Thanks, Jerome. And Patrick. All right. So, I'm going to introduce to you the next evolution of a ConnectWise SIEM. This is designed to fundamentally change the MSP's approach to threat detection and response. It's going to boost your productivity with accelerated threat detection and response and automating alert triage. You're also going to see enrichment of the tickets because we have so much data just within the Asio platform. Ta-da! Oh, just kidding, that's the old SIEM. That's current SIEM. All right, so that's the new SIEM. So I'll pause. I'm not asking for an applause, but I'll take it. All right, so what do you get with the new SIEM? So completely cloud-native security platform, built-in Asio, all of your threat intel coming into Asio, 24/7 threat monitoring, automated detection and response. You have advanced correlation on the back end. Again, CRU intelligence feed, feeding into this as well. And then so much more. So I'll go through here, but you'll see as I click through, you can go in and you can dig into the threats that are coming in, and then you'll see all of the data. You can go in, add comments. This will go to ticketing eventually, and then you can get in. So what we've done is just showing you how you'll be able to action the threats here. Very similar to the way that I did the EDR example. This is just calling workflows on the back end. Like everything you need is already here. We're just calling actions, remediation actions. Anything that you need to do, we're going to get it done here, whether it's directly in this UI, in a ticket. We're giving you those actions. And, just like Jeff was talking about with PSA, all of that you're talking about automatically goes into PSA as well. Whether you're, I forgot how we called it. We'll go with PSA powered by Asio, and then current PSA. It's going to go to both places, but all of your data is coming from one place. Now, and what you'll see here is in the threat section of SIEM, you'll eventually start to see more and more threats, not just coming from the SIEM. So we're going to have EDR threats coming in here. We're going to have email threats coming in here. Potentially, if I say it now, I guess it's going to happen at some point. So potentially, we'll have other SIEM feeds coming in, like let's say Microsoft Sentinel threat. That data coming in. Still getting what you need here, but you have the other console if you need to get to it. But we've already had those conversations. We're starting to look at that. And then this is just the starting point. There's so many more integrations that we're working on today. And at the end of the day, this is the open ecosystem, the open platform that we're pulling all of the world-class tools to truly scale your capabilities and deliver unmatched security. How can you get it? Here we go. All right, 2 packages. We got Essentials and we got Pro. So from here, you will see Essentials, and also in Essentials, you'll get stuff like Microsoft 365 reporting. You will get ransomware and malware detection. And then when you move into Pro, you actually get ransomware, malware protection. You get a full EDR. It's included in SIEM Pro. So, and with that, you'll have your different retention models. And the one major thing in here, has anybody ever had billing issues with SIEM? That's a lot of the reaction I expected. We've simplified it. We made it a lot easier for you to do your day-to-day business, and the bill looks the same. We have simplified the entire billing model, and it was one of our driving factors in getting this to where it is today. So I have one more slide. Okay, so with this, oh, I forgot. So if you have any questions, I wish I could see Rob's face right now because I don't think he knows I have this picture. If you have any questions, feel free to find the 2 gentlemen on the right. Don't come looking for me. Those are the 2 guys that led the engineering efforts of New SIEM. That is Matt and Rob. They are at the booth. There will be sessions. There's a SIEM session later today. Really, I really encourage you to go to that SIEM session. It's the one, is that today? 3rd? At 4:15. Go to that session. Matt and Rob will be there. I'll be in the back heckling because that's typically what I do best. But we'll be able to answer all your questions. We're going to talk for about 20 minutes, and then we want your questions. Fire at us. Let us have it. We will get everything answered and get you on your way. I'll give a shout out to myself. The 1 o'clock is, you want to see the rest of what we're doing from cybersecurity? 1 o'clock, I'll do a nice roadmap session. And out of the corner of my eye, I caught David. Looks like he's trying to run me off. You're up.
All right. All right, man. Thanks, John.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, John. All right. So hopefully you saw some cool things today. It goes back to one of the things that I talked about at the beginning. It's all about integrating products, making them easier to consume, making them easier to deploy, making your customers safer, using that power of the platform to eliminate redundant tasks, streamline operation, help you scale your teams and organizations and focus on growing your business. That's what Asio is intended to do, and that's what we focused on. You heard John talk about a lot of new things. I mean, he didn't play up the billing issue. We put a lot of time and effort into simplifying that because we realized it was a pain point. and we're going to own our pain points and go fix them. So a laptop going to a Starbucks doesn't show up as another device that you have to pay for. That's just the way people operate. We look at those things and we say, we're going to go address them in the product. We're going to make them easier to use. We're going to help you serve your customers without creating issues for you. We're going to streamline it. For me, it's really an honor to stand up here and talk about all the cool things that we've done. There's been a fair amount of change at ConnectWise in a short period of time. Really great change. Certainly, they got great new leaders here. But no, it really is about thinking about a different way to help protect our partners, serve our partners, and make things better. So we changed the way we do engineering. We changed the way product management gathers feedback and puts it into the product. We changed the way we actually talk about our products. We're not going to come up here and talk about things that are not ready. So everything that we talked about, the product's ready. They're going to be available for you to purchase these next month, and we're going to stand behind the quality, the stability, and the reliability of these products. And if there's a mistake, we're there to rapidly respond and remediate and fix those mistakes. And we will make mistakes. Everyone does. It's not about not making mistakes, it's about how you react to them. So we built a team that's focused on that. We built a team that's focused on results. I mentioned changes in leadership. One of the additional changes that we made in leadership, I actually got an opportunity to bring somebody who I've worked with for 10 plus years, somebody with a very, very strong cybersecurity background. He's joined us to be the EVP of product management for our cybersecurity products, as well as our data protection products. And we put those two together because of the synergy around BCDR and the rest of the security products that we build and integrate into our platform to help solve problems for you. So please help me welcome Russ to the stage, and he's going to say a few words about himself and his background. Russ Humphrey.
Thank you, David. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real pleasure to be here. Let me tell you a little bit about my background. 30 years ago, yes, I know you wouldn't believe it, but 30 years ago, I actually started my journey in cybersecurity. I had a startup. I grew it from a team of 1 through to about 30, and finally sold the company, which brought me to the United States. During that journey, I was the head of development, I was the head of sales, and the senior vice president of making the coffee. That's a journey that's familiar to many of you, I'm sure, but my cyber journey continued. I did a tour of duty at Microsoft, spent best part 10 years, I think it was, in Redmond. So if you like BitLocker, you're welcome, and if you hate it, come find me. After that, my passion kind of grew from what frankly was largely enterprise plays towards addressing the exigent needs of the small to medium-sized businesses, the mid-market. That led me to come back to the UK and join a company, a brand you're probably familiar with called Sophos. Why do I bring that up? Well, that particular company focuses on cybersecurity solutions for the SMB and mid-market. They and many other cyber vendors have come to the realization that the best way to provide the highest quality cybersecurity outcomes for the SMB and mid-market is through all of you ladies and gentlemen. That's through the channel and through the MSP. Because at the end of the day, the R, which is common in EDR, XDR, and MDR, stands for response. That's a soft promise. Your customers need a full resolution. And resolution requires cyber to be an important and integral part of an overall solution strategy to provide remediation, business continuity, of course, security awareness training, because how did that outbreak happen in the first place? And to bring all that together in a cogent way that allows you to provide really high quality services to your customers and, frankly, get more wallet share from the MDR and XDR stack. So I couldn't be happier to be here at ConnectWise, working with colleagues, new and old. And I look forward to talking in more details about what my vision is evolving to be. It's a great time to influence that. Catch me in any of the rooms, catch up with me online. I'd love to hear your voice. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Boy, it's fun to have him speak. He could stand up here and read War of the Worlds, and it would still sound really cool. Thank you, Russ. So just to summarize, really, we focus on building technology that helps your business. That's what we do. When we talk about our innovation, they're enablers. They help you address the needs of your customers, and we build the solutions that make it easier for you to get to that outcome, the resolution, the things that you're looking to deliver to your customers. And we're proud of it, and we're really happy about the things that we've accomplished over the last several quarters, and we would love for you to obviously make sure you go learn about them, go to the booths, learn about the products, talk to the folks. I think John called out Matt Galvin, who's here, who's the VP of Engineering. Matt, if you're here, raise your hand. Go talk to them. They wrote the code. They're proud of it. They want to show it off. Go learn about the cool new features of the products and learn about them. But we don't want to just talk about the products, the new products. At the end of the day, we're also here to make sure that we make you successful with the products that you have today. It's not just about the cool, new, shiny object. We have our partner success teams that are here. Please stop by the event desk. They're here to make sure that they meet your needs currently before we try to say, hey, go get the new thing. So if you have a ticket that's open, if you have issues with onboarding, if you're having some challenges with the product, go talk to them. They'll help you address those challenges. And if you're really happy, go give them a hug. They probably want one of those too, because they probably dealt with 20 complaints just before that. So go talk to your customer success managers. We're here to make you successful. We're here to help make you successful. So that's what we're here to do. Last but not least, I will say it again. Please, as you leave here, please go check out the products, learn about the new solutions, learn about Asio, learn about the new products that we've launched and the SKUs that we've launched. Come find me, come find other leaders in the products and engineering organization. We love talking about things that we create. That's what we do, and we're here to help answer your questions. So thank you for your time this morning. Hope you saw something that you liked, and please come find us later, and we'll be happy to answer more questions for you. Thank you again. Enjoy your day.